What is happening, YouTube? How y'all doing today? It's Friday. My name is Joe, just your average Joe, hanging out in the garage. We got a few sales to go over. Nothing crazy. Actually, pretty dismal day between yesterday and today so far. Hopefully, it picks up today and into the weekend. But we got some sales to go over. We got some comments to cover. We have a little situation that happened again on eBay that I want to share with y'all. And yeah, that's about it. I think this will be a little bit shorter video than normal too, because I don't have a whole lot popping today. But anyway, welcome to Friday. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. If you haven't hung out with me before, I've been reselling full time on eBay for 8 years or so. But I've been on eBay buying and selling stuff since 2000, so quite a long time. Um, we've got. Let's go ahead and start with comments. Go ahead and dive in for the day. Football season started yesterday. Great game. Ended. The end was, it, I little like quarter of inch past the line, or it would have been a touchdown for Baltimore. Uh, you know, Still a great game. If Lamar Jackson would have just thrown the ball to his receiver the play before that and not behind him, they would have, wouldn't have had to worry about that, but and worry about the confrontational or the controversial play. But anyway, if you enjoy football, football's back, so I'm happy about that. Certainly enjoy football here. Also, if you haven't been with me before, I actually run a sports memorabilia room where we sell autographed football helmets, kind of like this. Autographed football helmets, kind of like this. This is Brian Dawkins with a bunch of inscriptions. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So we have stuff like that. So you look up BTG East Coast. What's happening? Yeah. Um, but yeah, BTG East Coast on Facebook Live. I'll be probably live Sunday night, I believe, is when we're going to start a brand new series. I got 60 uh, boxes full of mainly autographed football helmets, but there's also a few other things sprinkled in throughout the series, like maybe a basketball, or a jersey of maybe a baseball bat, or things like that. So there are some other things in the series, but for the most part, it's predominantly autographed football helmets. In fact, here's another one. Since I got them all right here, here's another one. Just to give you an example. We have Peyton Manning on the Tennessee Vols Volunteers, Peyton Manning. So stuff like this is the kind of stuff you're going to see. So again, we're starting a new series. I've been off for, man, sorry for all the crinkling in your ear probably, but I haven't been on Facebook in like a week now, just with my hamstring injury and everything like that. But again, we're starting a new series of 60 fresh boxes. If any of y'all want to join, hang out, see what we do there. You can get spots. It's kind of like a raffle, but you can win helmets for as low as like $32. Our average price is about $64, but again, you're taking a shot for that. It's not a guarantee that you're going to hit a helmet. It's like a 1 in 8 shot for $64, or it's a 1 in 32 shot for no 1 in 16 shot for $32. So anyway, if y'all want to come hang out, we'll be on Facebook Live watching some football, breaking some boxes, seeing some cool hits. And most of our stuff is sent to me direct from Racky Sports and or Fanatics. So if any of y'all are familiar with those two companies, everything is COA, has the certificate of authenticity, has this sticker on the back of the helmets. Anyway, so just throwing a little plug there for that side of the that's the other thing that I do, the other business that I own and operate. So, but anyway, yeah, football's back, so I'm happy. As you can see, I don't normally wear my jerseys too often. This one's pretty ratted out, and anyway, but Calvin Johnson, you know who it is. All right, anyway, Megatron. All right, so let's go ahead and get going for the day. Let's go ahead and start with Fart Sack Jack. Says, "Hey Joe, hey Fart Sack Jack, how you doing?" That's all he's got to say. Hey Joe, how you doing? Hopefully you like football. You like football? Based off your name, I'm just assuming you might like football. Fart Sack Jack, I don't know. I could be way off, and you don't like football. Jet Lag Records says, says, just your average Joe reseller, you're going to be famous. I think you're a bot, Jet Lag Records. I looked at your profile, and you had like 48,000 subscribers or 41,000 subscribers, but you only had like a handful of videos up. So I'm not really sure if you're an actual human or you're a bot, but thank you for hanging out. And I'm not going to be famous. I mean, you're the famous one with 40-some thousand subscribers. But anyway, appreciate you commenting. If you are real and you are a person, drop me another comment. Let me know. Uh, so, and why do you think I'm going to be famous? Because I don't think so. I don't. I'm just your average Joe, man. Um, the Dark 25 Twitch. Hey, Joe, I have two accounts that I'm subscribed to with you, so I have been here for some time. I'm grinding on eBay and Macari, so I can have both. So I can have those high level dollar weeks and eventually do it full time and say goodbye to the corporate 9 to 5. Thanks for the tips and help when I'm out hunting. I do get notified when you respond to my comments. Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. What's the other username that you're? Well, have you ever commented with the other username? Let me start there. Secondly, you're welcome and thank you for subscribing and hanging out and watching. I understand the 9 to 5 thing. Not to say 9 to 5 thing is not a bad deal. I did the corporate world for 11ish, almost 11 years at AT&T. I enjoyed it. I progressed. I did a lot of different things. Uh, you learn a lot in those environments. You know, it's made me be a better person, understand just like the customer service and technical support and how corporate world is structured and just like you learn a lot, man. You learn from people, great leaders, crap leaders. And all the same, you learn what not to do from shitty leaders, and you learn what to do from great leaders. You learn different perspectives on life and work, and just being in that environment for so long and having access or exposure to so many different people and personalities and leadership styles, and I learned a lot. I enjoyed my time. I'll say that. Wouldn't be something that I can make more money doing what I'm doing with my two businesses, but sometimes I will say I sometimes do miss the 9 to 5 because sometimes it is nice to go in, put in your 8 to 10 when you're a manager and you manage people. I'm assuming even if you manage things, but you got to come home and sometimes deal with stuff even off the. Well, you're always on the clock because your salary, but you know what I mean? Like, typically you can come home and you kind of shut it off and you can do your own thing and not have to worry about it. When you own your own business, you're grinding, you're working, you're doing pretty much all the time. For example, this morning, took my daughter out. She had to get her adenoids taken out and her tonsils shaved. So me and my wife were with her since this morning. We actually just got home. And, I'm sitting in the office and I'm plugging away doing work. You know what I mean? So it's answering questions or posting something or gathering stuff for customers, sending a label out. I mean, just whatever. It's a constant. Then I come home and technically this is kind of considered work. I mean, doing a YouTube video, posting the video, getting my eBay stuff packed and shipped. Later on today, I got to take pictures of the helmets that I have and get those ready, and all the other boxes I've got from Radkey and Fanatics, and I got to get those upstairs, and I got to get those set up and ready for Sunday. So it's a constant. You're always going. So that's the difference of owning your own business versus working for the man. When you work for the man, there's usually a time where you can shut things off and just do you and not have to worry. During vacations, obviously, that's another time. Like, I'm still part of my time during a vacation is still doing stuff for work. I still have guys from my Facebook group. They're going to reach out to me and ask me questions about shipping, about a helmet, about pricing, about this or that. It's just, those are all things that I got to take time to do. There's a problem with something that I got to resolve. I mean, it's so many different things that pop up, and it's not like work like manual labor work, but it's all taking time away from me being able to enjoy my family and do things that I would like to do. And some of them are pretty trivial, take a few minutes, and others can take hours sometimes to take care of or to from start to finish to get fixed. So again, I miss it, but I don't miss it, and I enjoy doing what I do now, and I do have more flexibility to be able to do the things that I do during my regular life. But the problem is it kind of intertwines, and that's one thing my wife doesn't really like is when you own your own business, it intertwines with your personal life a lot more. So even though it doesn't really seem like work, I may be sitting on the couch posting stuff on eBay. I'm working, but then I'm also, the kids are hanging around. The kids need attention. They need whatever they need. They need help with homework. They need whatever. So my wife needs help. We need to get dinner going, and I'm sitting, I'm doing eBay stuff. So it kind of starts going that number and those, so again, it's you have that flexibility, which is nice, but you also, it's hard to shut it off when you own your own business, because things are, if especially if you're the operator of your own business. Now, if you have people working for you, I'd imagine it's going to be a little bit easier to shut it off, and have your right hand man take care of business while you're out, and don't get contacted, and you don't bother me, kind of thing. I'm not at that level. I don't have that option. I don't have somebody, a right hand man. It's me. I own and operate my businesses. So if I'm not trucking, plugging along, grinding, money's not flowing, kind of thing. So yeah. So that's one day I plan to get there. One day I would like to have somebody breaking, doing my Facebook page and doing that, and I take the lion's share. I pay them a X amount per box rate, as far as, like, I pay them, which I do have some guys that do break for me from time to time, and I'll pay them X amount of dollars per box. And it's a win-win. I'm still making some money, they're still making some money, my bills are still being paid, so it all works out. But I would like to eventually have somebody full time on my page, on Facebook, because we got almost 10,000 members. And I've been doing this now on Facebook for 6 years, and then eventually, if I can teach somebody how to do eBay, and I can just source and have somebody do all the other packing, shipping, and pay them an hourly rate to do packing, shipping, and listing, that would take a huge chunk off of my plate, where I can just focus on sourcing. I can source, and they can do all the other stuff. It's, who knows where things will go down the pipe, how, where I'll take it. Maybe I'll just continue owning and operating both, because I do enjoy doing it. And, what else would I be doing with my time anyway? Uh, Sitting on the couch being lazy, maybe starting another business, possibly. Well, so, I've thought about maybe doing like a soft wash, pressure wash, business. Because if y'all ever seen the soft wash systems for, like, pressure, like cleaning houses and stuff, and concrete and all that kind of stuff, and wooden fences, and man, those soft wash systems are legit. Like, it's like a fireman hose. It's not the old school rod with the, you got to get up on it and pressure wash and get close, and it's, little by little by little, you're grinding away at it, taking hours. This soft wash system is just like a chemical. You just spray with a hose, and the hose can go like 30, 40 feet in the air, maybe more, 60 feet in the air, and you just sit on the ground and spray it. When the guy came to my house, blew me away. And ever since then, I'm like, if I get into something else, that's probably what I'm going to get into, because to operate it is not going to be super difficult. It's getting all the equipment and getting it, um, starting it, jump starting it, marketing yourself, getting yourself out there, getting a customer base. Um, you know, that's going to be the grind, and obviously the money, the big money up front to get the equipment that you need, and the chemicals that you need, and things like that. Once you start get it rolling, and once that wheel starts rolling, man, then you can hand it off to somebody, teach them how to do it, and have them go out, pay them a X rate, per hour, and it's a win-win. I'm getting paid still, they're getting paid, they're doing the work. It's I don't have to, I can kind of sit back, and I can just I can be the guy on the phone when they call and be like, hey, I want to schedule. No problem, John, I got you. We'll come back out, blah blah blah, my man will come out and take care of you. You have any problems, make you give me a call. And I'll just kind of take care of the customer service side of stuff, and I'll do the scheduling, and my dude will just have all, it will be scheduled out, and he knows where he needs to go, and he'll go do this thing. But anyway, soft wash is legit if you've never seen it. It's just a chemical they spray with they're on the ground. You don't really have to do ladders and any of that. It's all hooked up to the truck and the trailer, and they just spray your whole house with this chemical. And it's they can do hot wash or soft wash. Typically it's hot, like, so they've got a thing to heat the water, and then they come back through and just rinse, and it takes all the mold and mildew and nasty everything, you bird poop and whatever you got on your house that's gummed up for years. It's gonna, all that green crap and stuff, it just comes right off, man. It's wild. Your fencing, it just eats it up and just comes right off. It's wild. Your concrete, dark spots and all that stuff, your concrete looks all janky, it just makes it look brand new again. It's crazy. So anyway, just throwing that out there. I'm rambling at this point. We're 14 minutes in and we haven't even done anything. So all right, let's keep going. But yeah, so that's something I've thought about doing. So let's keep going. The dark 25. Thank you. You got me on a tangent. 9 to 5s and all sorts of other stuff. Hey, Pizza Joe, from Phantom. Did you change your username or something? Phantom. I know. I remember the profile picture, but Fan. Anyway, hey Pizza Joe, another great video. Trolls be trolling that haterade all day. Yes, they do. Keyboard warriors, Godspeed recovery for your hamstring. Thank you. Did you change? Like, I recognize the image, your profile picture, but why is Phantom not? I don't know. For some reason maybe because I'm old. I don't know. Flea market comment, personal experience, early birds leave with full bellies in our area in California. Earlier you go, better deals. Later in the day, crappier deals. Got to get them when they're half awake. You are not wrong. That really goes for anything in reselling. You got to be the early. So whether it's the flea markets, the garage sales, the estate sales, uh, early is early bird gets the worm. You are not wrong. This morning I caught a yard sale on Facebook as we were heading out to the laboratory thing to have my daughter's stuff done, and I saw a yard sale for today from 8 to 12. I wasn't going to be able to go, but I just was like, "Hey, do you happen to have any video games or video game systems?" This was 8:30. They started at 8. She was like, "Oh no, they already were taken." I was like, "Oh, figures." But again, I wouldn't have been able to go anyway. I was just kind of just messaging just to see. You never know. If she said yes, we're like, "Well, hey, I'll be there maybe later this afternoon after my daughter's surgery." Because right now she's just passed out on the couch. She'll probably be passed out still, kind of under anesthesia and stuff. She'll probably be passed out for the next couple hours. And my wife's here, so. But yeah. So anyway, you're not. Yes, 100% early bird gets the worm. That's for flea markets, 100%, and everything else. I try to hit up yard sales like 30ish minutes early, even if they're posted for like 8 or 7. I try to get there like 6:30, 6:45. I know a lot of them will say no early birds. Those I don't usually go early. But if it doesn't say no early birds, then I'm trying to get there at least 15 to 30 minutes early. And sometimes you've already got a bunch of people there, and other times you're the first one there. So anyway, Phantom, thank you once again for hanging out. And I don't know why your username has got me thrown off, but I thought it was a different username. But I recognize the picture. Anyway, Mark says, not sure if you have MQ, but I do. And then you can get an app notification if someone breaks into the garage. I actually have a alarm system, and we have the contacts on the garage as well. So if the garage opens up when the system's on and armed, I'd be notified. I don't have an app or anything, but the alarm will end up going off too. So the good thing is our garage door is also included with the in-house alarm system. So, but I might have to look into that MQ. I do like to have my Ring, and I'm probably going to get another couple cameras because it is nice to be able to see what's happening. The Ring camera does an okay job, if you come to the front door, but I'd like to have maybe something on the back door, maybe something on the side. Have a couple other eyeballs, cameras out there. But anyway, yes. Mark, appreciate you hanging out once again. Winston Wolf says, yeah, I completely agree since he insulted you first. Buyer was out of line. eBay isn't a charity or sellers for sellers. And if sellers isn't desperate to sell it for a low ball price, then the hell with them. Try a very trivial thing to call someone stupid over I got your back 100%, Joe. Well, I appreciate you, Winston Wolf. Yeah, it was petty. It was super petty. I have another petty situation, and I'll get to that in a moment. Next one up, Winston again says, Joe, really appreciate you humoring me and replying so kindly. Be as careful as you can. Comment. Sorry about the injuries, and sorry if it sounded condescending because I know you were being careful and stretching. Thanks for another banger, sir. No, you're good, man. You're good. I just threw that out there because I do stretch, mainly because of my lower back. Like this morning I had to do some stretches because my sciatic was giving me some flaring up. So, but no, you're good, Winston Wolf. Appreciate you hanging out as always. JB Temp. I think this is the first time JB Temp has commented. JB Temp is the last comment here, and then we'll get to the eBay situation and our 4 sales for the day, which is dismal. $57, I think it is. Nothing crazy. But anyway, JB Temp says, didn't know you worked at a thrift store. Are you allowed to take donations and given to the store and put them in your personal eBay account? So JB Temp, I own my thrift store. My wife is now operating it. I think what I mentioned before was when I worked at the store. So I used to operate the store myself and be in the store 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So when I used to be in the store operating it myself, it was me and my ex-father-in-law at the time. Um, we did that for about two-ish years, maybe going on 2 to 3 years. I can't remember. We'll just say 2 years, give or take. Um, at that time, we were doing storage units. Those was the main way we were getting our inventory. So at that time, and even still to this day, yes, if we get anything that's considered eBay, because we're in a very small town that's pretty poor. It's about 20-ish minutes away from where I live. Pretty poor town, and it's a country town. So a lot of like collectibles and video games and just things that are more, electronics and all that kind of stuff doesn't really. I would get pennies on the dollar if they probably would even sell out there. A lot of stuff that sells out there is more like just home goods, home decor, DVDs. Believe it or not, VHS still, because folks out there still have VHS, which is crazy to me. Furniture, that kind of stuff is what we've identified over time is kind of the better things, because folks that are out there just need that kind of stuff, kitchen utensils and plates and all that kind of stuff. So anything that we deem, eBay, yes, we will take and put it on. I've got a 301 Treasures is the name of the store. So we got a 301 Treasures eBay account. That's my original eBay account from 2000. So that account it only has like 60 items up right now. We don't have a lot on there because we don't do a lot of storage units anymore. But it does have some eBay items up there, even though I could probably take them all down at this point, because heck, we don't actually. Well, actually, the latest thing I think I put up for it was a bunch of camera lenses and the old Frontier train set that we had donated, and they seemed to be would go better because a train set's not going to sell in that store. Neither is a bunch of camera lenses. So we put those on that eBay account. And but yeah, so no, I didn't work at a store that was like someone else's, where I was like taking stuff and putting it on my personal eBay account. That's kind of, I think, what you were thinking. Like that would be obviously unethical, unless I had the okay by the owner to do that. But no, it's all mine, my business. My wife now operates it, so we own it. She operates it, so she goes there, 5 days a week. She's there for about 6 to 7 hours, 5 days a week, and so it's not super profitable. I mean, we're there really just to kind of help the community. People really like that we're there. There's been a lot of thrift stores that have come and gone in the almost 6 years we've been set up now. There's been a lot of thrift stores in that town that's come and gone, and we've been able to sustain. Now, it's so we don't make a lot. We really don't make much out of that location. But again, it's just more of a thing for my wife, because she can make a few extra dollars, and we can help the community, and that's kind of the main reason why we stay open. We've talked about possibly closing it down, just because it has been just little by little by little, just continuously kind of, profits has just been going down, down, down over time. We've talked about ramping back up and getting a bunch of storage units again and doing that again and getting it back, try to get it back on track. But somebody's at our, who's that? Oh, is that? So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so anyway, that's nor here nor there. But no, yes, I do. We do take eBay stuff out of the store, or out of our stuff that we get, whether it's sourced or donated. If we deem it eBay stuff, we do put it on the eBay account for the store. So yes. All right, so hopefully that clarifies that, JD Temp. That's all we got for comments. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on to sales. We'll see what we got for sales. Again, we only had 4 sales for a grand total of terrible 4 sales for $51.32, and that's not including shipping. Luckily, shipping on all this stuff is going to be pretty simple. So let me go ahead and grab these 4 items: Call of Duty and Odyssey. Let's see, Call of Duty, Odyssey. Heck, I might even just pack them on the phone, or pack them with you guys too, because it's only 4 items. Let's see, Call of Duty and Ghostbusters and Call of Duty. All right, let's know those. Call of Duty. All right. And then a controller. One of these Wii controllers. All right, that's pretty much it, man, right there. Luckily, it won't cost too much to send it out, but terrible. Now, I will say part of the reason it was a terrible sales day is all of my promotions ended on the 5th. So all day yesterday, there was no marketing promo up and there was no 15% discount up. Sorry for the glare. So that was, I think part of the reason why I seen the sales diminish so much. So while I was at the doctor's office today, I reset up the sales promo or marketing promotion. I do 5% for marketing promotion. If you guys aren't familiar how to do that, if you go into your, if you have a store, you can set up a marketing promotion and I typically do the general option, and then you can do a fixed amount or you do your own amount, and I do 5% for everything. And then I did a 15% markdown sale on everything. So that's just what I do. So anyway, what sold? Let's start with a Wii controller. The classic Wii controller sold for $11 plus shipping on that. The next thing that sold was Assassin's Creed for $13. Not Assassin's Creed. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Odyssey for PS4, $13 free shipping. We had Ghostbusters on Xbox, disc only, sold for $9. And then we had Call of Duty Black Ops 3 sold for $10. Free shipping on both of those. That's usually the only time I do free shipping is if it's loose discs. So, and also, oops, sorry if I hit the mic and that hurt your ear. I always put the loose discs in a case, just like this. Put some bubble wrap in there as well. Always do that. That's just how that's just how I do. I just feel like it's better to be in a case, and then I just use some bubble wrap to give it a little cushion in case it decides to start moving around in there, which has happened and can not ruin, but it can scratch the disc. So I put some bubble wrap in there, and if it doesn't close, like that one doesn't have a click. Where'd my tape go? Oh, yeah. If it doesn't close or click, I will tape it. So that way it doesn't, in the event it does end up popping out of there, it doesn't actually pop out of there. So I'm going to go ahead and pack these with you guys with me. Why not? It's only 4 items. It won't take me long. That's Ghostbusters Odyssey. I really don't. Oh, the issue, the guy on eBay, the eBay situation. So the eBay situation, very, very petty. Again, just customers are petty, man. I'm gonna just start there. Customers are petty. Some people on eBay are just so petty. So I wake up this morning and I've got another neutral feedback. I'm like, man, I can't get away from these neutrals, man. Are you kidding me? So I look at it and the guy says, so let me backtrack. So I sold the Nintendo 64 and a guy last week messages me and he says, I got the Nintendo 64. Everything looks good, but something's wrong with the AV cable. It looks like the red and the white are broken and it won't work right. And I said, oh, that's weird. I looked at the picture on my listing and they looked fine. They looked, and I tested it with that cable. So I was like, that's weird. I was like, okay, well, I was like, if I recall, that was a new cable that I put in with that. I was like, but can you send me a picture for confirmation? Hadn't heard a thing since. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here. I don't know, but I'm not wrong. But y'all tell me. I don't know. So I asked him, can you just send me a picture? Now the reason is because if it's he claims it's damaged. The red and the white pin were damaged, and I'm like, or the red and the yellow, or I don't remember. The 2 of the pins were damaged on the RCA cable. I'm like, okay, well, again, just send me pictures. And I said, I'm sorry to hear that. You put your customer service hat on. Sorry to hear that. Blah blah blah. If you can just send me some pictures for confirmation. So I never heard anything back from him. So at that point, And this was last week. So I just assumed that he either got it working or he just didn't care enough. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. He never replied back to me, right? So I'm like, you know, maybe he had another cable laying around and he used another cable. Maybe maybe he bought one on his own, and because they're so damn cheap. I mean, they're like $6 for third party or something like that, or $8, or I don't remember, but they're super cheap for the third party ones. Um, so so sorry, I'm trying to multitask, and so I wake up this morning, I got feedback. And I look at my feedback. I'll actually read it to you guys verbatim here. Give me a second. I'll read it to you verbatim. 5 ounces. Darn it. Okay. We'll keep that at 8. No big deal. All right. And then the last one is Call of Duty. Give me a quick second. I'll read you guys this feedback. Luckily, he left a neutral. He didn't leave a negative. He left a neutral. So I'll say that. You know, he could have left a negative, but he did leave a neutral. All right, let's change that. Let's review. $16 for the 4. Why does it do that? Oh, it lumps them together. Got it. Is that why it does it that way? Okay. Well, now I know. All right. So let's print these real quick, and then I'll go back to my my actual. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and slap these on so I get them right. Let's see. Mr. Ryan gets the last one here. Boom, boom. Audrey gets the controller. Brennan gets Ghostbusters. And Assassin's Creed to Joseph Russell. Got it. All right. So that's all done, ready to go. Let me go to my feedback. I'll read you guys what this feedback says. So this neutral says, it's a comical sometimes. It says, overall, everything was good, but the AV cable was broken. Okay, facts. Well, I guess it was facts. I don't know. He never sent me a picture, so I'm just assuming based off what he's telling me. I don't recall it being broken when I sent it or tested it, but hey, things happen. Was told it couldn't be replaced because he wouldn't be protected by eBay. I was like, what is he talking about? I had to buy one off Amazon. The system itself seems to be working fine, and the games also work. So I replied, just because it's me, and I replied to his feedback, and I also sent him a message because it's me, and that's what I do. I said, buyer lies. I never said I couldn't replace the AV cable. I asked for a picture for confirmation, and he never replied back to me. No communication from this buyer. I have tons of extra cables. I would have sent one if he would have replied to my messages. eBay can see our messages. I'm reporting the buyer to eBay for false feedback and lies. Now, I'm not really going to I'm not going to waste my time going to report the guy, but I just want him to kind of be like, oh, he's going to report me, or, whatever. Just kind of put a little scare under his butt. But literally, our communication, can I go to our messages? Yeah, messages. So, where's that counter? Here it is. So literally, I hate the way the messages look on here. Yeah, I hate the way the messages look on here when you have multiple. View. Anyway, all I said to him was the only I said I asked for a picture of confirmation and never got a reply back. This was just something I sent back to him because I said, you never replied back to me. I would have been happy to send you, because I did send him a personal message too. So I've been happy to send you a replacement AV cable, but you never communicated back to me I never said anything about I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't be protected by eBay. None of that came out of my mouth. I never denied him anything. There's literally, there was, before today, there was two messages between us. One was, hey, the AV cable's not working. The whatever, yellow, red, whatever cable's not working. Not, and then I replied to him and it simply said, can you send me confirmation? I'm sorry to hear that. Can you send me confirmation picture just, to see what's going on? That was it. So then I get this bogus feedback about I told him confirmation or can't do it because of eBay or whatever. Man, I was just like, I was hot this morning. I was like, these are some doofuses, man, here on eBay. Some doofuses. Me and him had he hasn't really said much back to me, but I kind of poked at him a couple times. He probably won't reply to me because he said don't message me back. So he's probably already blocked me. But I don't care. Again, like I said the other video, it makes me feel better that sometimes when I just poke at people for some dumb shit, because that's some petty stuff. But that's sometimes the fun of eBay is, you know what? I'm my own, and when you do something dumb, I'm gonna call you out on it because you can clearly see in our messages. If I did call eBay, they wouldn't remove the feedback or have it taken off. I'm pretty sure, but they can clearly see in our messages that the last communication was I asked for a confirmation picture, and that was it. There was no, I'm not gonna, no, I can't replace it. No, I can't do it because eBay protection or whatever that garbage was. Whatever. The dude's lying, 100% lying. I got like 7 of those cables sitting upstairs in a drawer. It's $4 to ship it. They cost me like $6 when I order them on eBay, or $7. What am I out? Like $11? Whoopie doo. I'd rather eat that than get a negative or even a neutral, to be honest with you. And at the end of the day, if there's a problem, it goes back to buyers are so quick to just leave feedback instead of communicating. I hate it so much. That's the one thing that irritates the shit out of me more than probably anything else on eBay, is when buyers don't give you the opportunity to fix stuff. They just go quick to leave feedback instead of giving you the opportunity to fix things. Nobody's perfect. Shit happens. I mean, I worked at AT&T for 11 years, man. We made tons of mistakes, right? We gave tons of misinformation. I need you to allow me the opportunity to help you fix the problem, to reset and let's start fresh again. You know what I mean? Like, let's, yes, we dropped the ball. Let me own it and let's take care of it for you. And that's the mentality that I have going into eBay, because that's how we were taught at AT&T. And that's just the mindset that I have with this. And it really irks me when people don't give me the opportunity. I'm not some douchebag kid that doesn't give two shits, that just wants to collect his money and not give a crap. Like I care. And so I think that's what makes it more, why I get more fired up, is because I do care. Like, I care about my feedback. I care that you're satisfied with the stuff that you're getting from me, and if there's a problem, let me take care of it for you. I've thought about sending messages, but I don't want to be too proactive, because then you're going to leave the door open for customers that are the ones that are just, it could almost backfire on you. So this is the reason why I haven't done this, but I've almost gone this far because I get the messages sometimes from other buyers or other sellers that say, hey, if you have any problems, make sure you communicate with me first. Please don't open up a case. Reach out to me. Give me the opportunity to fix your problem, blah, 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 whatever the verbiage is. But they send you those messages. And so I've thought about going that extra mile, and I've thought about doing that. So that might be something I incorporate, word it however I want to word it, and do a template and send that out every time somebody buys something from me. I don't want to do that because it's just an extra step. That, do I really need to take it? And then that kind of leaves the door open for people to kind of manipulate that too, because if they know you're so open and willing to take care of something, then they may be more apt to take advantage of you. So that's why I haven't done it. But it's like, there's so many instances now that are just so petty. I've got 12 neutrals on petty stuff. Most of it is petty. Most of it is stuff I could have fixed. The one negative I got, the guy left me a negative because the controller had phantom pressing. I messaged him and say, hey, boss, I'll take care of it for you. Didn't have a problem when I sent it, but I'll take care of it. Never heard back from the dude. Nothing. But he was quick to leave me negative feedback. He was on eBay quick in a hurry when that controller wasn't working when he got it. But to message me to say, hey, seller, this isn't working the way you said it was. Can I get my money back? Can Can you give me a different one? Can you whatever? No, just leave me feedback. Don't even open up a case. Don't just quick to leave me negative feedback. Like, man, can you give us the opportunity, guys? Like, come on, man. Sorry, I'm venting now, and I need to jump off here. So appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I'm done for the day. Hopefully sales pick up, because the ultimate goal around here is to sell stuff and show stuff off, and answer y'all's questions. So throw me some questions, throw me some comments about my couple situations or whatever. Come join my Facebook group. I'll be live Sunday night. We'll watch some football and break some helmets and have some fun there. But I'll be back probably Monday, assuming we have sales over the weekend, which hopefully we do, because I'm only sitting at like $700. I'm only halfway to goal right now for the week. So, well, probably $650 now, because I just spent, well, not $650. Would I have $19 or whatever? Anyway, we're sitting between $650 and $700. So I'm not even at half for goal for the week. So hopefully I have a pretty big week and come back on Monday and be like, hey, we sold $600, $700 worth of stuff. Hopefully that's the case, because right now we're not close to hitting goal for the week. But anyway, I'll be back on. And if you don't know my goal is 200 for the day or 1,400 for the week. Obviously, you got the days where you only make $50 and $40, and you got the days where you make $400 or $500. I need one of those days. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully your sales are going well. Drop some comments. Let me know what y'all think. Another 40-minute video. I think this one was a lot of me rambling at this point. But thank y'all for hanging out while I packed and everything else. If y'all, small chance I jump on tomorrow. I'm not sourcing tomorrow. My hamstring is still not the greatest. I'm not quite ready, I don't think, to be out doing a bunch of walking and stuff like that. So I'm not going to be sourcing tomorrow. I'm just going to really just kind of pluck away at a lot of the stuff that I have sitting around, because I got hundreds of items that I can get up on eBay and that are just money makers that I can push through, grind, and get through. And so that's the goal through the weekend, is just put a bunch more stuff up on eBay, help the wheel. Hopefully next weekend I can start sourcing again, and then I can show off the things that I've picked up. I do have a marketplace pickup today, actually, for $175 for an Xbox One S and a PS3 Slim with a sliding door, 4 controllers, and a bunch of games. No real big titles on the games, but I want to say there's probably 20-ish games, maybe a little bit more. So we'll see how that goes. The guy says it's all working. We'll see when I go pick it up. It's $160, I believe it was, is what I offered him, and he said yes. I think he ended up for $300. I was like, well, you take 160 or 175. I said 175, and he said yes. And I was like, okay, cool. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to jump on and show that off, but that's what I got going on for today, is one pickup. Typically the Xbox One S's, 1 terabytes, usually get around 150 to 200 for me. And then the PS3 Slims with the sliding doors also get about 150 or so for me. So, and then all the games and controllers, just a little extra here and there. So, should be about $400-ish, give or take. So should be able to double my money on the deal after fees and shipping and everything like that. So, but anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see y'all Monday. Later, everybody.